Alright, we're recording now. Dude, but alright. Regardless of that mishap, fam, you guys can actually see our faces now. We have video.
Maybe.
Why would you jinx it like that?
You jinxing it, dude. You saying we can see you.
Yes.
We haven't even tested it. I haven't even tested this fucking out.
Because I'm assuming it's gonna work. And hey, all the time that you spent looking for Photoshop for thumbnails, you don't have to do anymore. We're good.
Yeah. Less work for me.
Yeah. Now you just gotta make sure all that audio and video does desync now.
Yay.
Fam. Now, man, do you think the audience, their expectations of what we look like matched up?
Probably not.
No, probably not. I don't think so either, man. But man, this is some bad decisions, man. I'm your host, Robert. This is my co-host, aka Meeman, aka Hurt God.
What's up?
We will have a guest in 2 weeks. Our first one ever. Our boy Sirach, who is a Steven Universe, BoJack Horseman expert. Oh, and One Piece expert.
That's
coming in, dishing some knowledge.
I know One Piece.
Huh? Not the way Sirach does.
That's hurtful.
Oh man. Episode 13, man. But, Meeman, we're gonna start this episode like how we do everyone. How are Ted and Marshall? How are your cats, man?
They're better now.
Dude, honestly, they were like little bastards, but now they're like saints. I don't know what you do to them, but it's kind of crazy.
I don't know anything. Apparently, cats just calmed down after a little while. They
So,
had all that baby energy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like that newborn toddler shit?
Yeah.
Fam, I'm new to this shit. Are we supposed to be looking at the camera? Are we supposed to be looking at each other? I don't even know what to look at, to be
Yeah,
honest.
who the fuck cares? No one's watching our shit.
That hurts. Alright, let's start the music, man. Jesus. Guys, I know we said we wouldn't talk about Persona anymore, specifically Persona 5, but this isn't about Royal.
You should know we would have lied about that.
Oh, for sure. Come on, man. Jesus, man.
Dude, when you called me and told me the news.
Dude.
Ooh.
I was literally at my job at like 8 o'clock, and I see Persona 5 Scramble trend lane, and I'm like, is this like a phone game? And then they're like, it's a sequel to Persona 5, and I was like, what?
Nani?
And I was like, it's coming out before R? But like, how does that make sense? Like, R is like a remake almost of P5 in a way. Well, it's like, it's an extended edition, essentially.
Yeah, well, I was looking at more at like DLC content.
R? I mean, it's a standalone game, so. And it's adding a brand new character, so.
I mean, what? Just one character, or was it two characters?
No, okay. They haven't confirmed how many new party members are going to be added. I'm just talking about the party member. That weirdo, like, ghost-looking thing, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what the fuck he is, but I want to know.
Alright, that's enough. If I let that bass line rock any longer, I won't be able to stop playing it.
Yeah.
Alright, but we're not gonna...
One of the most beautiful soundtracks.
Dude, Persona 5 might have... Persona 5 has to go down as one of the greatest video game soundtracks of all time. At the very least of this generation. But if not all time. But just the variety, the amount of tracks that are bangers, like... That's, I think, an overlooked aspect of Persona games. Like, people love to talk about the narrative, the characters, and the gameplay. But not enough attention goes to the music. Alright. I was originally going to start off with something a little bit light, but I'm going to start off with something that literally just happened like 20 minutes ago, apparently.
Oh,
Overwatch 2 just got leaked.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm actually moderately excited for this.
Does Tyreek know?
Tyreek does not know, as far as to my knowledge, no. But he'd go crazy for this shit.
You call him up, he'll already pre-ordered it.
No, Tyreek will literally board a plane to play it over here.
Our friends are obsessed with Overwatch. It's sad that we aren't. We don't care at all.
Well, no, I play like a lot of Overwatch like during the summer. Yeah, during the summer. Like when I saw you guys played it, what the fuck happened to the camera? Did it just run out of battery?
It's impossible. It's been charging for 5 hours.
Yo, then why is there nothing being played? Did it like turn off or something? What happened? Meeman, I'm scared.
Pause the recording.
Okay, guys, so you might not actually see us live. I take it back. That was a punch. Christ. We'll see how this goes. I was talking shit, apparently.
I told you. You jinxed us.
I didn't jinx this. It's you being like, I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Man, you don't say things are going to work until you got it working.
It was working. It was fully charged. It's fresh out the box.
No, it's not.
Huh? It's practically fresh out the box. There's mad plastic stuff that's still sealed in there.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Anyways, Overwatch 2 leak. Yeah, I actually did play quite a bit of Overwatch once I got first introduced to it from actually you guys, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I played a lot over winter break and summer and stuff. It's pretty fun.
I
Parties and by yourself.
I can never get into first-person shooters, so...
It's not... Well, yeah, it's a first-person shooter, but it's not really.
I just don't like the first-person.
Because it's like a hero-based shooter. Because it's like all about these weapons and classes. And you were pretty good with Genji for a while.
Me?
Yeah.
I only played it once.
Oh, I thought you said you were good at Genji.
No, I did not.
Oh, no, that was Rashawn, sorry. And then Rashawn played it, and he's like, yeah, man, when I play this game, I stick with one character, and then I just lose it one day. And I was like, wait, what? That's not how mains work, Rashawn.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The coolest thing I saw from the leaks is that, you know how in Overwatch you have, like, generally, like, 2 to 3 skills per, like, hero?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's going to be multiple skills, and you get to pick which one that you can use of the two, or, like, however many you get to pick. So, like, there's 6 options.
Just kind of like League of Legends.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. Well, to be fair, what's it called? Overwatch has always been more of, like, a MOBA-ish kind of game, because it's very team-based.
Sure.
You can't really 1v1 yourself. Unless you're, like, a diamond going up against, like, you know, some shitty players or, like, grandmasters.
Do that a little bit.
Tyrik's not that great at it, though.
He's not.
No.
But he's better than a lot.
Yeah, Tyrik's like a high-level gold, so whatever the ones after that. I think that's platinum.
I don't really know.
That's about... I'm only a little bit better than Tyrik at the game.
Well, speaking of League of Legends, do you know it's coming to consoles now?
League of Legends? Why?
I don't know.
Who asked for this?
Nobody.
Whatever, man. Because, like, everybody I know who, like, enjoys, plays, or even curious about League of Legends...
They got a PC.
That can run it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's an intensive game.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know how you would play that on console. It's highly dependent on clicking precisely.
I'm sure they could... Maybe they'll put, like, a keyboard where you have to move it and shit. I don't know. Well, technically, the PS4 has a compatible, like,
Yeah, I know you can
keyboard.
use a keyboard, but you gotta click. There's a lot of clicking. A lot of clicking.
Well, to be fair, moving around is a lot easier, where you don't have to just fucking click the mouse every single time. You can just move with the analog stick.
You don't move with the analog stick, right?
In the game?
No, you just click to a point in the game.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can have free movement on the console version.
I don't know how that'll work.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe League of Legends will be the one game where it's technically easier to play on console because they didn't prepare for it. What the fuck? Is that your cat?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna be like, what the fuck is he doing? Why does he keep hitting? No, I take it back. Your cats are still badasses. Ungrateful sons of...
They don't do shit when I'm there alone.
Yeah, man, they're attention whores.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I keep looking at that camera to see if it's still working. I'm very nervous, guys.
It's already giving us a scare.
Alright, the second thing, this just broke yesterday. Fallout 76's $100 subscription service. Yo, at some point, I can't even be mad. I'm just gotta be, like, impressed with the balls Bethesda has.
Like, what kind of business model?
Yo.
It's like, they already hate our game.
They hate our game. They're hating us. Yo, and you only get, like...
After pushing back the DLC everybody's waiting for, that's their, like, compromise.
Yo, the fact that they were like, alright, guys, nobody's really likes our game, so what should we do? Should we give these players, like, free microtransaction currency so they can buy more of our shit and like us? Should we, fix the fucking bugs? Should we actually introduce, like, some content into this game that's pretty barren?
Nope.
I got a better idea. Why don't we charge everybody $100 SERP?
Oh, for those broke niggas? let them do $13 a month.
Yo, and the fucked up part is,
It's just more expensive.
do you know if you actually buy the subscription service, you actually get like, first of all, I hate the over-encumbrant mechanic in Elder Scrolls and Fallout, where it's like if you're carrying too much shit, it slows you down.
Kills me, my hoarding tendencies.
Fam, what kind of RPG where it discourages you from hoarding eventually? Like, no, that's not an RPG to me, bro. If I can't hold every weapon in the goddamn game in my carrying case, then what am I even doing?
But you know, the atoms that they give you as a, you know,
you only get like 1,000, 106, 150.
You don't have enough to buy a skin.
That's nuts, bruh. That's like That's $10 of like man.
They're really like dicking you along.
Yo, I really got a feel for like Bethesda fans right now, dude. It's like
they're like, we trusted you.
Honestly.
And you stabbed us in the back and the front.
And underneath somehow. Like, how'd you get below the ground?
God damn, $100, dude. Your game isn't even $100.
And well, to be for servers to get rid of like over encumbrment and like fam, like they're just like fuck it. For the people who like the 10 of you who like our game, give us more cash to get even better at the game and have an advantage.
Just to play the game like a normal game. It's like features that should be in the game, like storage units.
Dude.
Why isn't that in the game?
Fam. Let's just say this.
And they try to market it as like private servers.
I'll just say this right now off rip, guys. Don't look forward to Elder Scrolls 6. Don't look forward to what's it called? Like Star whatever they're fucking no, it's like called like Starlink or some shit like that. Star something. Don't look forward to that either. Like honestly, dude, it's really fucking telling when like the head designer of Bethesda, who wasn't like involved in that project, was like, "Yo, this game we made, I don't think our fans would enjoy it." He said that pre the game came out, and there's apparently a lot of rumors going out that Bethesda actually didn't even might not have even made that game. Like it might have just been like a shoestring crew, and they might have like offloaded like a lot of that stuff. You know how like the PC port of Arkham Knight wasn't even being made by Rocksteady?
Yeah.
It might have been something like that. They just might have gone uncredited or some shit like that. That's some rumors I've been seeing. But either way, regardless, guys, Fallout 4 showed me like what that studio is capable of, and Fallout 4 is
it's kind of like everything. In
it's a good PS3 game in the aspect.
It feels dated. It's really dated.
It looked like, here's the thing, when The Witcher 3 came out, I think the Fallout 4 should have immediately been delayed off that rip.
Yeah.
And I understand why they didn't, because, fam, Fallout 4 sold like 14 million copies like by the end of the month.
I mean, it had the name brand, so...
Well, everybody loved Fallout 3, and everybody loved Fallout New Vegas, and it had been like 8 years since a new Fallout game. They were going to cash in.
Well...
And here's my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can use that money, that huge windfall of cash, to build a fucking engine. Or just use Unreal Engine 4. I don't understand it. Why are we using PS2 technology?
Well, that whole thing did give Outer Worlds a fucking edge.
Oh. Dude, I'm hearing... The Outer Worlds, by the way... That's a game I'm concerned about, like, purchasing, because I hear two things about Outer Worlds. I hear Outer Worlds is this huge, amazing breath of fresh air into, like, games, and then I hear I hear very similar things of the Outer Worlds of Fallout 4. It feels fucking dated. So I am immensely concerned about that game.
So what I'm hearing, people say it doesn't feel like a AAA game.
Well, I know it's not open world in that you go to multiple planets in that game.
Yeah.
So
but it doesn't feel like high end. Like everything feels a little cheap. But overall, it's a good game. That's what I've been hearing.
I think it's a good game. Like Fallout 4, I would say is a good game. It just doesn't live up to the expectations.
No, Fallout 4 is crap.
It's not crap. I wouldn't go that far. It like to me like Fallout. It's like how would you guys a slightly better looking, way bigger Fallout 3 with a way worse story. And, like, characters and choices and shit. And they got rid of the Mad Dog just because he was mad snitching about the game. I disagree with that. Put that radio host back in the game, Bethesda. But I guess we might as well stay on Outer Worlds. But what I am hearing, the positive points about the Outer Worlds though is like the campaign, like in terms of like no, not the campaign, but the story. I've heard good notes about that, and like that it's kind of like energetic and quirky. But I don't know that when you have like a quirky kind of like when people say quirky, I instantly think of Undertale, and that to me is kind of mixed in that aspect because when you inherently go for something comedic, you can easily miss on an audience, and if that's the selling point of your game, which is like a funny story, if the jokes or like the quirk doesn't land, this motherfucker, I swear to God, they can't even see it on the camera. I swear to God, I can't reach him, but I can't step out of the frame either.
I mean, there's a fucking coffee table here for a reason, bro.
Can they even see the coffee table? No, they cannot.
No, probably not.
Yo, what was I saying? It won't hit as much. Well, I'll just say this: I'm thinking about buying the Outer Worlds, I won't even know how much time I get to play it. To be honest, that might be like a winter backlog game for me. Mm-hmm. When I'm done with like school and shit, and I can just really just delve into some games.
I'm really waiting for the holidays so I can just
Facts.
buckle down and just play a couple days.
But I will say that that's a game I definitely want to see like a let's play or a walkthrough of for about a good like 10 hours first.
10 hours.
Good 10 hours.
Yeah, maybe an hour or two.
Well, 10 hours is a little bit much. It's like a third of the game right there, probably.
Yeah.
How about like 4 hours? No, because like 2 hours is can be like tutorial shit. I want to see like a good meat of this gameplay.
I would just want to see an hour past the tutorial shit.
No, I want to see more. I need to see how good you are at your doing, because I've heard way. It's one thing if people would be like, it's pretty good, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting like a B game.
Well.
When I hear like a lot of things where it's like, oh man, I completely wasted my time here, versus like this was like such a waste, versus, dude, this is one of the better games I've played in years.
Well, I haven't heard anybody say that the gameplay is bad. I've only heard it doesn't look as polished.
I thought that off rip that it didn't look top tier AAA to me.
I mean, just with the style that they're going with.
No, but you can do that a lot better. Example, Persona 5. We're not talking about that yet, though.
We can't keep everything to Persona 5 standard, bro.
Yes, we can, actually. We really can.
Persona 5 is special.
Okay, then even Breath of the Wild. And that's running on the goddamn Switch.
Those are facts.
Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, also, the fact that nobody's ever talked to me about the gameplay. I haven't heard anybody complain about the gameplay, but I've never heard anybody praise it either. So that's also concerning to me. Is it forgettable? Is it good? Is it meh? Like, come on.
Yeah, with all this Bethesda stuff going on, it's hard to tell.
And by the way, that part isn't Bethesda. That's Obsidian, who made the Elder Worlds. They are the guys who made Fallout New Vegas and South Park: The Stick of Truth. Mm-hmm. 2 RPGs I'm huge fans of, but now they're Team Xbox, and so fuck Obsidian. Yeah, we gotta rep Sony, bro.
Yeah. That Sony, please give us a deal.
Yo, no, fuck that, bro. Just give us shit. Just give us games.
Actually, yeah, I want games more than a deal. No, wait, I want money.
You
buy games. You gotta think ahead, Robert.
Damn, bro. I didn't see the vision. All right, let's go to like some TV shit. Adventure Time is coming to HBO Max in terms of new content with 4-hour-long specials, 2 of which are coming next year in 2020. Yo, HBO Max is just flexing on everybody at this point. Honestly, I think once this Eddie Murphy stand-up special comes out for Netflix, I think I might like sever my times with Netflix.
I don't know, man. Netflix is bringing Dragon Ball Z in 2 weeks.
I have free Crunchyroll.
You're right. Netflix is slacking.
I really don't care about Netflix's premium content.
I mean, like...
And even the stand-up shit, which I love...
Some of their originals are actually pretty good.
No, the problem with...
They're just not memorable.
The problem with Netflix, to me, is completely UI-based. Like, where's the good shit? Like, it's so hard. Like, there's so much of that
shit. It's really hard to find stuff on Netflix.
Like, Hulu does things way better with its UI.
Definitely. Like, it has categories, and they're easy, like, networks.
I will also say that with Amazon Prime Video and HBO's are way better layouts as well.
They are. Netflix kind of...
Netflix is like, look at all this shit, and look at all these random categories for things. Like, honestly, ooh, you like action? Here's some random shit.
Honestly, I think Netflix is more geared towards couples. Like, people who don't have anything to do, just, like, browsing.
Well, that's the problem with, like, Netflix. It probably has the most content, but it's like, all right, how can I find the good shit in this deluge of shit? Like, if you wanted to find a good phone game, how the hell are you supposed to find it in this deluge of shit?
Their originals over everything.
Well, that makes sense to me.
It does make sense, but it's like, okay, but it's really in my face.
You know, I kind of like that they said they're going to slow down a little bit on comedy specials because, like, it takes a little bit of the flair out of a comedy special when I see it, like, every 3 days. I'm like, damn, everybody has a special that I've never heard of. And don't get me wrong, like, I got great things like Amy Wong's first special, which is one of, like, best specials I've seen in a while. Definitely one of the better ones of this decade, but, you know, there's also been a lot of mid specials that come out on Netflix that kind of, like, just sour the well. And I'm not the big fan of those, like, here's, like, five comics doing, like, a 30-minute set, 2 of which are, like, super famous, and then 3 unknowns.
I really hate those where they, like, divide it up. It's like, no, I don't want to watch you other people.
Word.
You lost me.
And I'll stick to watch.
Plus, it kind of, like, ruins, like, the whole flow of, like, everything.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of a 30-minute set, to be honest. I feel that's a lot of people's B shit. People were like, well, this wasn't good enough to make, like, an hour-long set.
It doesn't give you long enough to, like, build up to something.
That being said, I especially enjoyed Chris D'Elia's 30-minute set, I will say that. And after watching Neil Brennan's 30-minute one for comedians around the world, I initially hated it when it came out, but I've watched it like 2 or 3 times since then, and I gotta admit, it's a lot better. It's actually really good. After rewatching it a couple of times, it's just that I compared it to 3 Mics, and I was like, yeah, this is nowhere near the quality of that. And I'll still say that 3 Mics is a much better body of work than his 30-minute one is. So I just got to be I just went out with a different mindset. I thought like his 30-minute was going to be better than his 3 Mic shit, and it just wasn't. So, you know, that's why sometimes you got to come back to shit and like look at it from a different lens.
I do have to watch more comedy specials though.
Oh, speaking of Netflix, by the way, even though we were just shitting on it, BoJack Horseman just came out on Netflix. And I know this because I just watched our boy Sirach.
Oh yeah, he put it on like
a snap.
Yeah.
He was like, "I know what I'm doing." Yeah, we wouldn't like. Are you a BoJack Horseman guy? I
no. I mean, like if it's on, and like I'm at a friend's place, I'll watch it. It's not a bad show. It's just not my cup of tea, honestly.
That's a show that I feel like I should enjoy more than I do. You know what I mean?
I think it's a show more enjoyed intoxicated.
I think I just need to get really high and then just watch BoJack Horseman. To be honest. But ironically enough, Sirach is probably the biggest fan of that show, which concerns me a lot about Sirach's psyche and mind. We really need to get into that.
Are you okay, Sirach? You seem down.
Like, Sirach gets way too excited that BoJack's back.
Can you see Sirach as a BoJack?
BoJack's the only thing. I've known Sirach for about 5 years now. BoJack Horseman is like the only thing I think I've ever seen him binge before. And keep in mind, I've introduced Yu Yu Hakusho to this guy. He was like right at the fucking Saint Beast arc. Like, what? Whatever, man. Whatever. We'll let Sirach defend himself. I'm not going to hear shit on Sirach yet.
Let's wait till he gets here.
Yeah. What else do we got? Ubisoft delayed all their games.
All of them.
Yo, another publisher on the decline. Probably Ubisoft.
I mean, it makes sense since Breakpoint and what was that other game that they released earlier?
What? Are you talking about Rainbow Six?
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. Well, since really Siege, to be honest, and that was a game that initially bombed, but they won the community back over. Like that's the cool thing about like the gaming community is that like if you just keep at it and like just make it better, like they'll come back.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Assassin's Creed.
No, nobody's coming back to that shit. Those numbers aren't coming back.
People came back. That's pretty good.
Do you want to check the? Do you want to check the numbers? Do you want to check the numbers? Do you want to check the numbers? Do you want to check the numbers?
I haven't looked at the numbers.
I was gonna say, what was that? That space game? There we go. No Man's Sky.
That's one of the better examples.
Well, the best example is Final Fantasy XIV: My Realm Reborn, the MMO. That community died, and they brought it back, and now it is the second biggest MMO behind World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. I'm not the MMO guy, guys. Like, I'm really not.
MMO guys. We play PlayStation games.
Well, we play I can't even say console games because I own a PC, but we play regular AAA games, and Meeman likes to we're basic bitches when it comes to video games.
So basic.
Well, no, because we'd be basic if we only played like 2K and FIFA. And when you play 2K and I play FIFA, but we play more shit.
2K kind of slacked this year and moved to Madden.
Another game that's mid. Although FIFA was also a little bit underwhelming this year, but we're not here to break those sports games down for you guys.
No,
okay, I was literally about to move on. Let's get back to Ubisoft. Back to fucking Ubisoft.
I do respect that they did delay him.
Well, here's my thing, right? They probably should have canceled Watch Dogs by now. I don't know why they keep doing
It
this.
actually has a following.
It does. But guess what? They missed their window.
Watch Dogs 2 was good. It didn't do commercially well. If I remember.
Like, as a guy who played Watch Dogs, when I finished the game, I was like, that was it. That was my reaction. When Watch Dogs 2 got announced, and it had, like, people were like...
Now, I've heard Watch Dogs 2 is a much better game.
Yes, I've heard that as well, and you can do some cooler shit, but still not interested. The cool thing about Watch Dogs to me was, like, what can they... With so much concern about technology and privacy and companies doing all this shit, this is the game you make, and then you were like, oh, but now we're doing this cool young hacker group that's, like, hip, and you can do all, like, these crazy haircuts with Marcus.
Well, I think they went in a cool direction. They took themselves less seriously.
Yes, but here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. When you set yourself up, like, when you've introduced yourself as, like, this super serious... It's very jarring to go like if you were somebody that liked the serious edge to it, and I like Johnny Chin and shit with like this weird like kung fu style like villain or aide that turns to a bad guy that totally is not telegraphed, by the way. Like then it goes to this cartoony thing. Like the only franchise I can think of that's ever pulled that off is Jak and Daxter, where Jak and Daxter went from Banjo-Kazooie to Grand Theft Auto for kids.
No, I can give you one better. Saints Row.
Saints Row?
First game was serious.
Oh, yeah! I will give you that.
First game was serious. And
but
it was like, fuck you.
What happened to Saints Row?
You made 5 games.
4 games. And they each declined in sales.
They did enough.
And where's the franchise today? Although I think they're trying to reawaken that franchise.
I mean,
Fam, they gave them superhero powers.
Yeah, there was no way you could go further. Honestly, I feel like people shouldn't milk games as much. It kind of ruins the whole like experience of it.
Define milk.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay, yes. Yearly releases should never be a thing.
I mean, honestly, story-based games should never go more than 5. Honestly.
We say that, but, story takes time, Neiman, and, it takes a while.
Unless it's a different story every time.
Yeah. Well, that's how it should be, by the way.
Yeah, but...
I'm looking at you, Devil May Cry.
The Saints Row is like...
Oh, to be fair, I know nothing about the Saints Row plot or narrative.
It's not really a coherent plot, but it does progress from game to game. It's like the same character. So it's like, eventually, you reach a tipping point where it's like, where else can we go from here?
That's when we get into
They went to hell. They went to hell.
They already did that? Dang, I was going to say, like, well, once you get to superheroes, then that's when we bring God.
They went to space, and then they went to hell. And then it's like, okay, now what?
That's when... did they already bring God in?
I haven't played that one.
Well, if you've already gotten to God, that's when you got to bring in God's dad.
They really ran out of like directions to go from. So it makes sense. It's like, okay, that game series had to like go away for a little while. It like end.
Well, my thing is like that's when you bring in like new characters, side stories. Like, there's cool.
Well, that was a side story. The hell thing. It was Johnny, a character who died previously, goes to hell. They're trying to bring him back.
Okay.
It's like stupid. It's like that's Saints Row's whole thing.
Like stupid. Okay. That's true, and I will give Saints Row credit. Saints Row was really big at one point in time, and they did completely shift directions.
So,
huh?
They got Kanye on the song.
I don't care. We're not talking about Jesus King, by the way. I haven't listened to it, and I will never listen to it.
I will never listen to it. All the memes are hilarious, though. People listen to one song off Kanye's new album, Jesus!
Dude, fam, people are just brutal. I heard, like... You remember, you know that meme where it's like, hey, look at us from fucking Paul Rudd? Yeah, the fact... Oh, no, I'm not going to rant on Paul Rudd, but, hey, look at us, and it was like, Chance and Kanye dropping the worst albums of the year, going like, hey, look at us. I was like, fam.
That's such disappointments, honestly.
That's my thing, like,
Chance and, like, Kanye, like, I respect both of them highly, and it's just like...
That's what I'm hearing, bro. I haven't heard, like, I feel... I would say about 40% of the fans of Kanye fans I saw on Twitter anyway, just purely from Twitter takes, because nobody I know listened to the album. Oh, you know who I bet listened to the album? Trey did. Trey for sure did. Should we call Trey? No. We're not giving. No. We'll text. When Tarak gets here, we'll call Trey. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Anyway, we were talking about Ubisoft here.
I am glad they're delaying games, trying to work at it.
Yeah.
It shows like progress.
Specifically when it regards to their new IP that they're about to announce. Oh, well, not that they're announced, but they're working on. I appreciate that.
It shows that they care, unlike Bethesda.
My thing is with Ubisoft, just like.
Ubisoft like takes 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Like they just, my problem is when Ubisoft finds a franchise, they're like, all right, well we're milking this for 10 years.
Basically.
Like, if For Honor worked, we would have had like 3 more For Honors by now. See, you didn't even remember For Honor.
No, I remember it. I saw it in my game.
It came and went, and I got it for free because of PlayStation Plus. Yeah. And that came on PlayStation Plus quick.
So fast. Like,
that's bad.
It was like 6 months after it released. That was bad. That means it didn't do well.
No, it definitely didn't do well. That's like Control, not with how bad Control did.
Control is such a good game for it to not sell commercially. It was just that the marketing was just so poorly handled.
But since we're staying on delays here. Oh wait, no. Well, actually, no. I'm not going to stay on delays because I saw this on Twitter. Multiverse. Multiverse is like this RPG creator tool. It's pretty much like Super Mario Maker, but for RPGs. And the cool thing about it is like you can do like story elements where like you can write script, dialogue, characters, town signs, and everything. Like you can make your own, and it's not a fucking 8-bit RPG either. It's like a 16-bit / PlayStation style RPG. 32-bit, yeah. I think it's pretty dope. If we had actual free time, we'd be like, "You trying to make an RPG?" Yeah. But we don't have time. Yeah. But that sounds really fucking dope, and I would love to play a game off that.
I mean, we could try.
Huh?
You could try.
No.
He's not motivated to do anything.
No, I actually have game ideas for scripts and stuff that have been actually fully formed, but like, they're just too big for. I need like an actual like studio to pull this shit off.
Some fetch squishes in there and you're straight.
No, I'm just talking about the main story is just too grand.
Dude, just pull Skyrim.
Either way, it's still too grand for that, dude. Like, I actually have like actual characters that like with cinematography and everything, shots that are planned.
Yeah, RPGs are hard, man.
Yeah, honestly, real talk goes out to people like The Witcher who make shit like that.
That's wild, man.
But
how do you put too much content in a game?
That I still to this day don't believe anybody ever beat that game. I think people are just lying.
No, the main story isn't that long.
Like, you know how there's that cutscene that plays in Metal Gear Solid 5? If everybody in like a server deactivated like all their nukes and shit, you get this cool cutscene that plays. But that never happened because that's fucking impossible to happen. I believe the credits to Witcher 3 are like that. People just like found them in the game files and then just ripped it.
Well, the story itself isn't that long. I think it's like 60 hours maybe. I haven't finished it though, so.
Only 60 hours, he says.
I mean, it's an RPG.
And how would you know if it's only 60 hours?
I think I read it somewhere. Check it out real fast.
Nah. No. Like, fam, 60 hours. And that's for like, on basis. Like, oh shit, what just happened? Are we still recording, my G?
Yes, my G.
Okay. Oh, phew. Someone scaring me like that. Yeah, man, but I'm not used to this camera shit, bro.
Yeah, they can see you, bitch.
No, but now I can hear all my ums and shit. Like, it just comes more glaringly now. Yeah, don't do that. I feel bad. Like, shit. Alright, let's get back to delays. Last of Us Part 2 was delayed, and much of the gaming community was heartbroken. Especially since, like, fam, you delayed this, like, 5 days after you announced the release date.
It wasn't delayed that much longer, though.
It was delayed from February 21st, 22nd, no,
Like April?
February 22nd to May 29th.
Oh, I thought it was April.
No, May 29th.
That's long.
Yeah. Honestly, I was surprised that...
That gives us more time.
No, real talk. When I saw Last of Us Part 2 got delayed, I was like, thank God. Thank fucking God, bruh. Holy shit.
There's
How
way
was I
too
gonna...
many releases in that small window.
How was I gonna play Persona 5 Scramble in a day, then go to Last of Us Part 2, and then finish that up before Final Fantasy VII Remake came out March 3rd? How was I gonna do all that?
No, you weren't.
How?
Oof.
Now, that being said, this should have been expected though, because ever since Neil Druckmann's directed a game, he's never once directed a game without delays. Like, when Naughty Dog announces a game now, guys, expect a delay.
Really expected delay.
Like, it started with The Last of Us, it's not going to end until Neil Druckmann stops making games. And, guess what? I'm never going to bitch about it because, the games are great, and I've never played Uncharted 4, but that's probably their weakest one by far.
Wait, what? You never played Uncharted 4?
Nope.
Nigga's right there. Take it. Play it.
I'm good.
It's good.
I haven't played Uncharted 2 and 3 yet.
Wait.
Huh?
Wait. So that first Uncharted would be...
Yeah.
That was the only time?
No, I've played Uncharted 3. I owned it on PS3, but I only got through, like, the first Young Drake sequence.
The worst part of the game.
Dude, that's like everybody's favorite part. You are so weird when it comes to that. But I'm always going to have love for the Uncharted franchise just for that run we did of crushing mode.
Oh my god.
Where it's
so
actually
bad.
realistic, where one bullet kills you.
It's like, you get shot twice, you're dead.
No, that's once. It's once my... Well, no, once if it's
Headshot.
the arms and stuff. No, once if it's a headshot heart, like in the torso area, you're fucked. But if you get shot, like, in the arm, like, you can take another one and then you'll die.
Dude, that game was so hard,
Dude, that was fun, though.
It
Like, the
was.
switch-off mechanic. But, you know, Naughty Dog released a statement stating the fact of, like, we delayed this just so, you know, we'll have more time for cleanup, polish. That's a big, the word that, like, a lot of studios like to use, like, this game needs more polish. And trust me, a lot of games need more polish and everything. But, like, at what point are you overestimating your own skills where you have to delay the game for a goddamn half a year? Like, you guys knew you had no chance of hitting that date. No chance at all. Either that, or you guys literally just encountered some unforeseen bug that occurred in your game.
Or
One of the two.
Or somebody had a brand new idea. Or they're adding multiplayer.
What scares me is when I... No, they're not. What scares me is, like, if you've seen Last of Us Grounded about how long it takes for them to find the fun, like, fam, I feel like they just found the fun, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta make the whole game like this. How long will it take to do that? 6 months. Fuck it.
Do it.
So...
Do it now.
But that's the shit that they gave, but... You know what happened hours before? hours before The Last of Us got delayed?
What?
Man, Persona 5 Scramble got announced, man. A sequel to Persona 5. And what's the date? February 20th. Fam, when Naughty Dog heard this shit, they're like, oh, we got no chance. We got no chance. We can't compete against this. And, Atlas, if you think about making a new studio, making a sequel to Persona 5 is going to get me to buy it when you're not the actual ones making it as a cash grab, I'm going to let you know it's going to fucking work. Because I'm playing Persona 5 Scramble. Holy shit.
And you're saying it's not turn-based either?
No, it's not turn-based. It's action and gameplay.
Oof. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but I think it's going to be great.
Oh no, it's going to be fucking amazing. Fam, if you see like the trailer and stuff, well no, I won't say the gameplay is going to be amazing, but Atlas is doing the story, so I have more hope.
It's going to be good.
And it's a sequel, so it's like,
It's what I want.
It's like, fam, you got me. It's a continuation of these characters from what's happened.
We're going to that plus Royal.
Fam. When is Royal comes out in April, I can't wait. Fam.
2020 is just looking more and more exciting, yes.
Dude, 2020 might be the 1997 of our generation, in which case, like 6 classics come out. Some shit like that. Which is funny, because Final Fantasy VII also came out in 1997.
Oof.
It's just... Games are going crazy right now, dude.
Excited overall,
Yeah, man. Oh, jeez.
Anything else?
Yeah, I want to talk about more about Persona 5 Scramble, about, like, This is something I can actually talk about because, unlike Royal, I don't have nearly as high expectations for that one. Like, I can already tell, like, off rip, it already looks a little bit worse than Persona 5 Royal does, which is kind of a shame. But, and it doesn't look as there's something missing, I guess I should say. Like,
something missing.
Well, it's like when you take these premiere animations from essentially, it's a 3D game, but it's like with how limited like the presentation is in P5 with like turn-based mechanics, and make that into an action game. It's very.
You need a lot more like.
You need to do a lot more shit. It's a little bit awkward, but to be fair, those are very quick shots, and the game is, what, like 6 months away. So there's a lot of time to add shit to it.
Well,
but I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I shouldn't be, but I am.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm excited.
Atlas at work.
They said
I'm getting the story. Like, that's all it takes, man. All it takes is like, yo, this is adding on to the story of this game. Like, if you guys actually made those dancing games canon for Persona 5's Persona 5, then I would have played them. Like, you would have gotten me. But the fact that you said that story was non-canon, I was like, cool, I'm not playing it. I'm going to play that Persona 4 dancing game, and I'm going to hate myself for it, but I need to know how the story progresses.
You need to finish Persona 4, man.
Persona 4, I still need more time. After you threw another last dungeon at me, I still need more time.
It hurts you bad.
No, man, I want the game to be over already. Like, it was a good game. I like my fun. It was a lot better than what I was expecting. But like, all right, let's wrap this shit up. Let's go.
Sometimes RPGs get way too long, man.
Oh man. That's all the topics I have for the day. So let's go to the anime review section. All right, let's start off with our joint thing, which is Sword Art Online.
I get more and more disappointed as the show progresses.
I told you, this is when the shift.
Did they even show anything happen in the game world?
No, they showed. It's not a game, but like they showed the Alice fight.
Oh yeah, like the fight scenes are too short. There's way too much dialogue.
There's way too much talking in this show.
And it's just so bad. And now the like military dudes are like the Emperor and the Dark Knight.
Yeah, okay. I hate that, by the way, but it's gonna get even worse.
So bad.
I hate that so much.
The villains they showed before that were much more interesting. Like, right before that reveal, I was like, oh man, these characters seem interesting.
Fam, like, here's my thing, right? You really had something going with the fact of, like, Kirito and Yuji are gonna have to fight over what to do with Alice.
Yeah.
Which they talk about during Yujiro dying.
They got Asuna going in now.
It gets worse, man. You know what's the worst part? Asuna going in isn't even, like, the worst part. It gets so much worse.
Now they're gonna have this weird triangle with a vegetable.
First of all, they have this super secret technology that leaked somehow off this shoestring staff of pretty much almost all military stuff. And a couple of, like, tech nerds.
Probably the Japanese force is, like, in cahoots with them.
No, it's like some American, like, military... Dude, it's just weird.
So dumb.
What? Wasn't this a series about, like, getting trapped in a video game?
Yeah. That whole part is unnecessary. They could have just been like, Kirito's recovered. He has to finish this to recover. Bam. Story. Plot. Boom.
Also,
that's all you had to do.
Like, the cool shit about that is, like, you could have, like, made, like, I don't know, like a fucking freak tsunami, like, capsize the ship, and, like, that's what fucks up with the power if you really wanted him to go into a coma or some shit. And so it just fries his Flucklight, and that's how he restores his memories, by the way, by, like, getting all of his old original memories back in terms of, like, when he lived in Rulid for, like, 11 years. And so now he has this huge conflict of what to do.
I mean, I'm just highly disappointed.
Dude, it gets worse, trust me. No, there gets a point where you're like, no, they didn't. No, this did not just actually happen. I think it's about, like, 2 episodes away. 3 episodes away.
You're scaring me.
No, man. When I tell you Alicization is the greatest
Why did you pick this show?
Alicization is, like, the greatest bait and switch ever. I've never been so invested in something to, like, end so horribly.
I should have known. I'm sorry I'm not. They've done this before. They've disappointed me so many fucking times.
Yo, is it bad that I'm still like waiting for whatever the fuck this next arc is gonna be at? You know, there's another arc after this, right? It's only like 2 books deep.
I'm probably still gonna watch it.
Don't. At least it'll come out like 3 years after this one, so you'll have some time.
I'm too invested.
And that's apparently the last arc.
God bless.
You can only well, technically he might add more once he refinishes his redo of Aincrad.
Okay, well, let's go over the episode.
All right, let's go.
Beginning. What were they doing in the beginning? I kind of like glossed over that. Were they talking about Kirito's? No, they were discussing the military guys. Right?
Yeah, like the people who have, like, broken into the ship.
Yeah, when the episode started, I was like, oh wait, that I started in the middle of the episode.
No, because
it was so random.
Well, here's the thing, right? And here's where going the same as a book doesn't translate as well, because the people infiltrating the thing is like something that happens at the beginning of, like, the novel. So, like, you've already read it's in the back of your mind, but, like, those people, like, rushing in happened, like, what, like, last season? Like, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, I remembered it. It was fine, but I don't remember what they looked like. They didn't say no names. Also,
the fact that there's no guard ships for this huge investment. What?
They did have one. They're in cahoots with the freaking military dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Backed off and, like, for 24 hours.
Oh, that's so. The 24-hour clause, where it's like, oh, we can't.
And it's the whole thing is very confusing with the game time and the real time. You're trying to go all Matrix on you, but it's like...
Okay, well, here's my thing, right? Alicization is clearly taking inspiration of... Okay. the author of this series, right, is known for Sword Art Online and what the fuck, Excel World. Excel World is gimmick is essentially like accelerating like the human consciousness through technology. So shit will happen like in real time. You don't need to be asleep for that shit. But at the same time, changing that technology can also change the world around you into a game with like people of all shapes and sizes, different colors, where you got to battle each other.
All right.
Okay. Now, Alicization is clearly like a watered down concept of that because A, you can't be awake, and B, it's very specific in the aspect of what it can create and what you can join in and stuff. But my thing about it is, right, you have this hugely valuable technology and everything, and then you have like but like my thing is like the fact that they've already made almost perfect AIs at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
They aren't like, yo, this stuff should probably actually be a lot closer to our home shores and should be like triple like watched always and shit. Like, nah, I want it to be super recognizable and easy to get to and shit. But it's like
it's not well thought out.
First of all, the fact that like there's a real world like
Plot annoys me.
It wouldn't annoy me so much if it wasn't like, fam, when I told you I was reading that, I was like, what the fuck? It was so painful to read those two things too. Like I don't know if they'll get into this, but like the main villain, like the head, like you know that the big evil dark god dude is like a CEO. Is like the CEO and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like his plot is like, yo, I'm a sociopath who like murdered a young girl. Like that's his thing. Like that's just not very compelling. Who, by the way, like I don't think Kirito even interacts with. So
I don't know, man. That whole thing's just. Let's move on.
All right, let's go to your show. What show did you pick, Meeman? Have you joined me in saying like, yo, we're gonna go to Origatsu? Or is that the name of the show?
It's Orisuki or something?
Orisuki, yeah.
I did watch the latest episode.
Of course you did.
It was fire, but the show I'm watching is Assassin's Pride.
All right, tell me about it, dude.
It's really it's magic based. They're still explaining how magic works. Like, there's this girl who hasn't developed her magic yet, and it's a very convoluted plot where her mom cheated on her dad, but their dad is trying to find out, but they don't know, and they hired this assassin who's now her teacher.
Wait, what? What?
It's wild.
What?
It's so wild.
Yo, I think my wife's cheating on me. I gotta hire an assassin. What?
And the assassin is to determine if the girl is his daughter or not. If not, he is to kill her.
Why can't he just kill his wife?
I can't remember if they said she was dead already or not.
Yo, clearly this show's got you on the
It's so
on the
convoluted.
pulse.
It's so convoluted for no reason.
And then the assassin, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of the girl's 12 or like 15 or something, and this dude is clearly an adult, and he's like, I've fallen for her, and I'm like, okay, it's one of those. And he's like,
Oh, you're watching one of those animes. Okay, Meeman. This is what you're into?
I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, if they find us out, we'll both be killed now. He ended up giving her some of his power to her, so she could like gain her ability. Apparently, in this world,
He can do that?
I don't know.
I love how like the audience can actually see that now. Of that fucking fierce eye roll. Look, man.
But, okay, look.
It's not, let's get to the good shit, man. So stop with this Assassin Pride garbage.
Anyway,
Orisuki.
the show is good. Just give us some time.
Fam, no, it's not. That sounded like absolute hot garbage. That sounded like
No,
worse
no,
than SAO.
I did a bad job of explaining it, but it's a lot to explain. They have a lot of exposition in the beginning.
Weren't you just ranting about SAO talking too much?
Yeah, but it's the first episode. Then they're like, let's move this along.
Okay.
And the animation is good.
Oh, I guess that's something we gotta give SAO. It has really good animation.
Only reason I keep watching it.
Oh, remind me to text Sirach that he's got to watch all of a show season by. Oh, he's got like 2 weeks. That's fine. That's enough time.
Give him some homework.
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about SAO for like every week. So brush up, buddy. He's gonna be like, what the? I hope he's watched Gun Gale,
Right.
by the way, because he's gonna have to know that.
Yeah,
Well, no, you're not really. You just won't know who Shinon is. Well, actually, wait. Later on, those characters come into play, so maybe.
All right.
Your show.
All right, Orisuki, guys, let's
The
go.
better show.
The much better show, best show of the year.
Probably.
I think it might be. All right, let
It's
me
up
go.
there. Demon Slayer is still up there for me, but
No, Orisuki's.
Orisuki's like slightly below for me, but for Robert's probably up there.
Oh, I haven't even watched Demon Slayer, man. To this day. Alright, since Mima's now watched the show and caught up, now I can get into spoilers. Alright, guys. Let me start down by breaking this show real quick. For any of you who might not have watched it, it's about a main... Oh, and I've already brought down, like, the simple premise to it. Basically, all of these people fall in love with the main character's best friend, with the exception of the fucking librarian, because they watched him cry after losing a baseball game. And it's because of this that the main character becomes horribly afraid of benches. For good reason. There's never anything good that comes out from sitting on the bench and talking to a girl. Never. As a matter of fact, one is literally mailed ordered to the library extremely quickly and assembled extremely quickly.
And he's like, wait, how? Express services are really fast.
Yo. Deja vu.
The fact that we could just make random noises and just burst out laughing.
Dude,
Tells
this
you how
show's
good this show
fucking
is.
hilarious. Holy shit.
Deja vu.
Okay. Also, Sunchan, Suntan, whatever his fucking name is, the best friend being an evil person who might be willing to beat the shit out of a girl, or worse, was a plot twist I did not see coming, like, at all. And then the show follows it up by another another plot twist by having the main character, like, regroup with these terrible people. I was so blown away by that, dude.
And they're like a friend group thing.
Now they're a friend group.
And the plot starts over.
And I was like, yo, this shit is wild. I will say it right now, my favorite character in this show, in terms of the girls, is the fucking, newspaper chick. But then, like, at the end of the episode, they're like, yo, you know the guy who we all just got redeemed in our eyes? He's a really horrible person, putting moves on 3 chicks. I was like, yo! How did this happen? I liked you. How could you do this to me?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry for the audio splicing you gotta edit through for that. Christ.
Yeah, I can't edit that, dude. You just screamed into the mic.
Doesn't matter. It was worth it.
Anyway.
Oh,
That
shit.
was wild. I was like, oh my God, they got me till the end.
Fam, I was not expecting that. Also, the main character doing this pose is fucking hysterical. When that was the fucking thumbnail, I was like, what the fuck is going on in this episode?
When his best friend hugged him and he, like, and her body was rubbing up against him.
Oh, you talking about the chick?
Yeah. And he was just like, bitch, 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 bitch. That got me going. I was like, yo.
Yo, no, it's the way he said it. He was like, bitch, bitch, bitch.
And his face was so perfect. Guys, watch Morosuke. It's a
Dude.
great show.
Oh.
It's wonderful. It's hilarious. If you
My-
want a good laugh, just watch it.
Oh my god, it's fucking hysterical. And we're introducing like 5 more girls into the show. I can't wait. Christ, man, this shit keeps me on the edge of my seat. And he's still trying to pull his rom-com shit off. He's like, I didn't go this far to quit. Guess what? Now we're all on like even ground now, so I can still make my moves.
I found it hilarious that he forgot about the purple hair chick.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was fucking hysterical.
And she really made him like say everything she had imagined he would say.
I thought he was a mad bitch for saying that too. He was like,
"Ah, you pussied out."
well, there's that, and he's like, how could you even, like, do you even know me at all? I would never say some shit like that.
He's like, "Oh,
Also, the fact that her idea of studying and doing 5,000 mathematical equations, holy shit, that terrified me. Dude, that was also a fucking funny clip when his friend assumes the Buddhist stance to ascend to the next life. I was like,
oh. I was like, yo, what am I looking at? And he explains to him, like, yo, that's perfect. He's already prepared himself for death.
oh my god, dude.
Show geeks, like, their character distortions are so good.
Fam.
Like, the animation is good. For a show where it's just like school and nothing action-y is going on,
Like
animation's really good.
This might be one of the greatest transition episodes I legitimately have seen for a while. Also, the fact of like, I'm not a big fan of breaking the fourth wall, but him being like, "Yo, we just finished an arc, we're not ready for another one." I was legitimately funny for me, dude. I thought that was pretty good, and the fact of like, there's a reason why I have to look like this, and he's like, "Don't even fucking tell me." Ah, dude. The fact that there's just so many... Every episode is going to give you, like, 3 quotes that nobody but you and who else watches the show is going to get, but it's going to fucking make you burst out laughing every time. Also, the fact that they made a stalker, like,
in every episode.
You don't hate, like, that's pretty impressive. Also, like... When is somebody going to put this chick down? Like, she's somehow navigated her way into this 5-friend group.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. She's the fucking, what's it called? The puppeteer.
She is. I like her. She's one of my favorite characters, honestly.
She's really good. I really like the green-haired chick. I don't remember her name. What's her nickname?
Started with A, I think.
I don't fucking know.
I don't remember.
We'll have it for next week, since she's pretty much going to be the antagonist for next week. But we have our new arc. It's that now Joro's going to have to clear his name after this salacious article came out. Yeah. And we got like that... Who do you think is going to be the 3 girls in the dance that dances with Joro? Or do you think it's going to be Joro? I think it's going to be Sun.
That would be hilarious. Like, oh, you thought it was going to be Joro? No. Sunshine again.
Yeah, but who do you think the 3 chicks are going to be? What do you think it's going to be? The green-haired chick?
Well, it depends. It's too early to tell, actually, right now. Just because they're still introducing more characters.
What's the childhood best friend name?
I keep forgetting the 2 girls' names.
I remember Cosmos, because it's the fucking Cosmos.
It's Cosmo.
Because I just think of Fairly Odd Parents Cosmo, but Ed and Ed.
My favorite nickname, bitch.
We can't just say bitch. And it's not... Huh?
He does.
Yeah, but that's his nickname for her. We can't steal his nickname. We gotta be original. Or at the very least, just remember what her fucking name is.
Oh, yeah, just call her bitch.
No,
Or
what's...
Bitch.
No, what... No, what's it called? What's that fucking... The Rising of the Shield Hero already took that name.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Come on, man. But...
That was a good show.
Either way, man, that was a great show.
The manga really, depresses.
What?
The story kind of, plummets.
The manga?
Yeah.
You read it?
Yeah.
You know it's not a manga, right?
I know there's a...
It's a light novel with 12 volumes.
Yeah, but they made a manga, too.
But a lot of times, mangas aren't actual, accurate representations.
I need to read the light novel, the manga.
And the only reason I say that is because as a guy who's read a few mangas of light novels, a lot of times they branch out.
It was weird because it was, jumping the plot a lot, so I'm like, I gotta stop reading this. This is not getting anywhere.
But there is no current English versions for Orosuki, but we expect that to change in the near future. But the bad part about it is, the first 3 books are pretty much going to be done.
Learn how to read Japanese.
Do you know how to read Japanese? That's what I'm going to do when I go back to VC. I'm going to take Japanese 101.
I'm actually trying to learn Japanese right now.
Did you buy a fucking... what's that web thing? The web account, where it teaches you languages?
I don't know, I just bought some audiobooks.
Oh, Is that really how you think you're going to learn Japanese? You have no context for anything that's going on.
I'll figure it out.
Damn, if I just talk to you in Spanish for like an hour, do you think you'll understand a word what I said?
I'm not trying to speak Japanese. I'm just trying to understand it.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, if I saw you rojo and then I said red, then you realize rojo means red.
Yeah.
Do they say like blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then in English
Yeah.
that is? Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I thought since it would be an audiobook, it would just be
No, like
it would just say it in Japanese.
They take it real slow. Right now we're on introductions and shit. It's like, I'm from America. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, you bought like a how-to thing. I thought you were gonna take what's the fucking
I mean, there is a Japanese like manga type thing too that I saw, but no, I just bought a normal how to like learn Japanese shit.
well, I know I'm trying to remember the
And
program.
I'm trying to learn how to read it too, and oh my gosh, kanji is so fucking hard, dude.
Dude, now I understand why people like be like, yo, I learned so much new kanji today. No, it's
Like,
just
oh my gosh, you literally gotta
Rosetta
memorize these symbols? What the fuck?
Rosetta Stone. I'm a fucking retard. I can't believe I forgot that. Rosetta Stone.
Why the fuck do you have to memorize symbols? Who made this language? Why'd y'all make it so... Like, as soon as I think I'm getting it, like how words work, I'm like, oh, okay, so person and word would mean language, right? If you put it together? No, it means to trust. I'm like, where the fuck, dude? How does that make any sense?
Look, man, it's all Greek to me, man. All right, so I think that was it for episode 13, man. I think that was it. Wait, is this episode 13?
Yeah, it is.
Is it? I think we might be slightly more ahead than that. No, it's 13. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was right.
Okay.
All right, man. Let's.
All right. Play us out.
I would if I can fucking find the clip. Where's the clip?
Find a clip.
Find
Find a clip.
All right.
Find a clip, Robert.
Some exciting shit's about up to. This is how I felt when I saw Persona 5 Scramble be announced and dated.
You weren't excited, you were angry.
Huh? Hell yeah. I was like,
Oh, yes, Persona 5.
fam, that's how I always do that.
Your
The
emotions are
massive
so-
erection.
I don't understand how you feel.
Nobody does. It's okay, don't try to figure it out. Oh, man. But yeah, guys, that's been episode 13. I've been your host, Robert. This has been my co-host, Meeman, a.k.a. Hurt God, a.k.a. Curve God. In 2 weeks, we may have a permanent new cast member here. Shit's getting crazy. We have fucking video, guys. Holy shit.
Maybe. Stop saying that shit. You keep doing this, Robert. We haven't worked this out.
Real talk. If we don't have video, you can blame it on me now. That last one was jinx. That last one was a jinx. I will admit that. Audience, I'm sorry. If you can see that was a heart symbol. I love you guys. All 2 of you out there who's watching. That we don't know who you are. Huh? What did you say?
It's me and Robert, guys. We're confused.
Or all 7 accounts?
No, but for real, thanks.
What was that? The 1 point?
Gotta point to the camera.
Point.
I always do it.
Nah. Point. Is that gonna be your new thing?
I'm gonna point to the camera every episode.
Okay. Okay. What do you think Sirach's thing gonna be?
Isn't saying reactions.
Hmm?
Isn't saying reactions to things. You know, now we gotta do react videos.
Do we have to? Do we have to be that hackney?
Yeah, but we got Sirach, the ultimate reaction.
Oh yeah, I did say that. Sirach is the best when it comes to reactions. Because Sirach doesn't fake it. Sirach is just genuinely excited by things, and that's why Sirach is one of the people I enjoy, but...
And he has the best surprise face.
Oh no, that's big facts. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. That was a quick hour pod with some change. It's been fun, guys. Can't wait for the next couple weeks to introduce you to our new cast member, possibly. And after that, there's no more than this, guys. Everybody else will just be guests. I'm not divvying up this pie any more than a third. This future huge earnings.
Sirach might not even get it, honestly.
Huh?
Sorry, sir.
Are we gonna screw Ciroc in the negotiations? Give him like
Should we?
10%?
Should I cut this out the pod?
Huh? No, definitely keep it. Ciroc's not gonna listen to this shit.
Yeah, you're right. No one listens to me.
Yeah, we got like one fan. If Vince Staples got 15, we got like 0.3. But
All right.
all right, man, that's it. Let's pause the recording.